Okay, starting from now. Last week we mentioned that part, right? There is a data set about Titanic, and this is a requirement. First, we want to remove the passenger ID. Why we will remove the passenger ID? Because this attribute, there is no one have the same value. So it can be have something similar, have something common, have something pattern, and something rule. So we have to remove that part. That's just the identity of the data set of each different passengers. So this attribute have to be removed. So how do you remove? If you remember, we mentioned how to remove. So we need the code last week. Last week we have the standard missing value, something like that. We need those things to help us. Okay. So we will find where we can delete the data. First, we can reference this last week. This is about dropped an A, but we want to drop an attribute. We have to use this, right? Okay. And this week I used the data frame as our DF as our data frame, not bank. So we have to revise this. So the DF have to drop the passenger ID. Oh, the passenger ID have already removed. Oh, okay. So there is no passenger ID for this data set. Okay. So this part. P class. Passenger ID. Okay. And then next part. We didn't have to remove because the original data set have already removed. And then we will handle the missing value. The copy is the nominal. Nominal. So we don't have to do that because the passenger ID have already removed. If I have a column called passenger ID, please remove that part. Okay? Understand? Okay, now today we will check the missing value first. So I use the data frame info to check how many missing value here. For example, first we can see there are 1039 entries, means how many instances here, and they will have 10 attributes. So actually, if the attributes, the instance without 1039, it means have missing value. For example, the P class have missing value here, right? The P class have the missing value here. So we have to do something like that. Is the data set right? Missing value here. Okay, and then the age also have missing value, right? Okay, check these things. So we have to process these two parts. First is the carving nominal, right? Okay, we can back to there and find where you can find the missing value to replace that. For example, this part is married. Remember, we do that, married. Okay, we need the statistic. Statistic can help us. Input statistic, because this can help us to find the mode. Okay, the most frequent attribute in the data set. Most frequent value for the attribute married. As for example, this part. But original, this is bank, but now we have already transferred as a data frame, right? And our attribute name is P class. So P is capitalized, P class, right? And we will replace this bank P class where data frame P class is null. We use the statistic mode to find the data frame P class and replace the data frame P class. Then something wrong. Why? NP, there is no NP, so we have to import NumPy here. Okay, go. So whether we success or not, we can use, check whether we success or not, we can use the info. Yeah, we delete, and after we do that, replace and check by info. And when the P class's numbers change just as 1039, that means we success. Go. Yeah. 1039 means we success. And this is no longer the missing value. But actually we have to process this for age because age here have a missing value. And we can find here is 1030. So it means in the age we have 9 missing value. So we have to do that. But missing value, we do not use the statistic. It's for nominal. The numeric, we use the NumPy. So we can use the age, just like back. Copy here and paste. Remember, original the code I give to you is bank, but now we transfer as a DF. And the age here is capitalized for A, so here is different. So we have to revise. Here, data frame, age, data frame, age. Okay? Okay, the test mode is just like this. I will provide the references code in the class, but without the note. 所以这个注解我都会拿掉。But you have to know how to use the code to finish your exam. Okay, you don't have to memorize any detail, every detail, but you have to know how to use the function. 你不需要背所有的程式码，但你要知道那个功能怎么用，怎么套。That is what I want to examine you, test you. Because in the AI future, we don't have to do any code, every detail, but you have to do check whether it's correct or not. 你不需要写所有的程式码，但是你必须要知道那个东西对不对，所以你要会用。Okay, so when it is success, it will revise just 1039. That's wrong. 1039. It means we revise and replace all the missing value here, right? So I will stop here and waiting for you. 我在这边等你一下哈。